Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to Riverside Farms. Oh, drifting a little bit. So, just here on, oh grief, yep, field 12. I thought it was, couldn't remember. Just spraying the fertilizer on, getting a bit low actually. Looking unlikely we're going to have enough to do the whole field, which is a bit of a shame. I had done a couple of contracts before I came here, which was probably a bad idea. But it's fine, worth going to fill up, given that I've already got another contract ready and waiting. Let's just see how we're doing. Yeah, not keeping a bad line, actually. Actually, I'm just going to watch. The line's pretty straight. There we go, that should do. Right, stop there. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah. Lots to do actually, lots going on. So I've already done a little bit of other work this morning. Actually, I'll get this bit done that we can't see. Actually, you know what? There's no point. It actually doesn't matter. Yeah, unfortunately the field's in different growth stages, which is, yeah, a bit of a shame, but there you go. It happens, especially on these bigger fields. What was I going to say? I've forgotten already, and already I can't figure out where I am. Oh, long way in. Yeah, so we've got a couple of fields. In fact, actually, let's just pause a minute. So I'm partway through fertilizing this. I've done a contract here. I've got a contract ready to go here. Field 69, was it really? I thought it was field 69. They're going to pay me 10.5 grand to do field 69. It's tiny. All right, good, excellent, good for us anyway. And we've still got, yeah, field 34 is now ready, so we're going to try and do that in the video. This is the cornfield. So that's the last of our corn for chaffing to get into our bunker silo. Field 32 is already ready. And we've also got field 28, our potatoes, ready to go. So quite a lot to do. Other jobs, I've fed the cows, but both animals need tidying up. I still wanted to plough these together, make one massive field out of this, and obviously, yeah, just finish off the old fertilizing here. So lots to do. I've checked the progress of the compost in the silo. The biogas plant, still quite a way to go for that yet, which is fine because we've got tons to do in the meantime to keep us busy. So let's just get lined up and let's give this a go. Hopefully we'll get this section done before I need to go fill up, but there's no way I'm going to get the whole field finished. It was probably controller. It was probably, yeah, a bit daft. Maybe I should have filled it up before I came to start here, but it doesn't matter ultimately. It's quite a drive. In fact, actually what I could do and should have done probably was actually get myself a sort of tender or a trailer with, you know, some sort of suitable tanks for purposes of oh, we're not even going to make it to the end of this road. That was part of the reason I thought we'd do this first, so that's such a shame. Oh well, there you go. It is what it is. Done. How far away are we? Oh, I mean seriously, there's like a row and a bit left to do. Oh well, there you go. Right. Yeah, actually, no, I haven't downloaded anything. Have I got anything in here? No. So really we'd be looking at getting a trailer, perhaps. Yeah, we could get one of the trailers, I suppose. This doesn't have a hitch on the back, does it? No, hitting. I mean, I'm not surprised it doesn't. I wouldn't really expect it to. It is a shame nonetheless. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. We'll go grab a tractor, bring it down here. Let's get this filled up at the edge of the field. And then we've got mobile spraying capability, and we'll get this finished. Right, okay. That was a bit weird. I was actually going to get, I'll try again. I was going to get one of those trailers that you can sort of use as a service truck. I can't get up there, can I? Never mind. That you can use as a service trailer. But I haven't got one installed, so I thought I'd just get one of these. I've just leased it, painted it red to distinguish it from my water one. And but when I first started filling it up, it only filled up with water from a liquid fertilizer tank. It recognised it in the trailer as water, which I thought was a bit weird. But anyway, so I exited the game, downloaded the support trailer that I'd been thinking of using, and then when I came back in, I reset it back to the store to return it, and it emptied, which I didn't think it did, but these days when you reset, but it did. Magically, when I started to refill it again from the same containers that were still parked outside the store, or standing outside the store, it registered as liquid fertilizer. So we just stuck with the trailer. It's fine. I'd already got it. It only cost like $1,300 to lease. It wasn't expensive, and I haven't quite filled it, but there's quite a lot in it. So there's that. Note that bit's been done. Looks like here's where we need to be. So actually we can probably even just do this bit in its entirety, and then we'll just have a little bit to do. So it looks like actually it's more than one pass. I thought looking at the map that maybe it was just one pass to do the lot, but actually I don't think it is, which is needless to say unfortunate. But there you go. It's fine. We'll get this done. I mean, either way, there's not a lot left. It'll be a pass and a half, not 2 full passes, which again is a bit unfortunate. But there you go. It is our tooth. Is that the edge of the thing? I think it might be, yeah. Is that right? We've got good overlap. I turn the time down so I don't waste too much time. Yeah. Pretty much. That'll do it, that'll do it. It's really difficult to see where the actual edge is. Oh, there it is. It is that. Okay. So let's come in a little bit. Let's make sure that as it cuts into the bit that we didn't do, that we catch as much of that as we can. That should be about right. Interesting. Is it wide enough? Tiny, tiny slither. Oh well, fine. Then we may as well not worry about leaving too much. We'll leave slightly wider gap because we'll have to do it again anyway. But not long to finish, so I better get this done. It actually occurred to me while I was looking in the store for this, that and the other that I was supposed to do silage bales, corn chaff bales on here, and I haven't done it yet. So maybe we'll replant one of the fields with corn while we're waiting for other things to happen, and we can mess about with that because I haven't used it. And the time of 19 is coming to a close. In fact, by the time that this video comes out, it'll probably be very nearly done. So which is a bit of a shame. I still had loads of plans of stuff to do, but I've run out of time basically. But equally, as I've mentioned before, I'll carry on with No Man's Land. We'll probably for a little bit carry on with Spectacle Island. I've only just got to the point where I'm moving into the farm. Though hopefully by the time this comes out, I'll already have progressed with that, but we'll see. And yeah, unfortunately I haven't had a chance to start my Attingham Park series, and there's just no point now. We'll just hope it comes out in 22. But equally, I'm massively looking forward to 22, so it's all good. Lots of new adventures and fun to be had. Anyway, I'll finish this up, I'll get it refilled, take it over to the contract field that we need, get it started on there, and we'd best go get started on that corn. I think this might be trying another video in a day job, just trying not to produce too many videos. So let's go get it started. Okay, here we go, corn harvest, see how much we get. Yeah, so do need to think about, as I mentioned, I keep thinking of more things I want to try out on this map. I suppose it's because, especially now I'm not going to be doing Attingham Park, at least on 19. I don't know whether it's coming to 22, I sure hope so. But I haven't got time to start a new series on here. This has taken me way longer than I expected because I'm enjoying it and there's so much to do. So it's not a bad thing. But also, you know, I'm slightly worried about I'm going to be butting up right up to FS22 with the videos that I've got already. And it's, just so you know, I do a backlog of these, so it's now, what, mid-October, so I mean, there's a month and a bit before FS22 comes out, and I still don't think I'll manage to get all these videos out before FS22 arrives. If I don't, I may start just focusing on putting these ones out rather than Spectacle Island and No Man's Land, because I say I should probably continue that at least for a while. No Man's Land, absolutely, I will keep playing that. I will, even if it does come to 22, I will not be restarting it, because goodness me. So I suppose there are quicker ways to do it, but the landscaping alone just takes hours. And I've done so much of it. But anyway, beside the point. So yeah, so a couple of things that I had wanted to try on 19 with some of the mods that we've got. So actually might do it on here, just because, if that means an extra episode, it's not a big deal. So yeah, might be that. Be fun. So yeah, maybe we'll get one of the other fields replanted with corn. How are we doing? Already got 32,000 litres. I don't think we'll fill the trailer. I'll be very surprised. But I think we're going to get quite a bit off here. I actually don't remember what we've already got. That was a controller. To a limited extent, at least. It wasn't just my terrible driving. Yeah, actually we're going to get a fair bit off here. We've not even done a headland all the way around yet. And we're already at nearly 50,000 litres. It's already nearly 20% full. So yeah, we're going to get a bit off here. I haven't started another contract yet. There's one fertilising contract. It's a relatively small field. I've accepted the contract, but I don't want to do it with a worker because, frankly, I think it'll get stuck. So may as well just do that myself. It'll take minutes. It'll take longer to get there than it will be to do the contract. And it's not even that far away. Have, of course, also still got the potato harvest to do. That'll take us a bit of time. Quite looking forward to doing that. That'll be quite fun. Not done potatoes for a while. So chance to use some of the Grimmer DLC kit, which, as I said a while ago in one of these videos, I actually haven't used since I tested it on Wither. So another Mississippi map. So quite funny that I'm actually going to be using it in anger, so to speak, on Riverside. It's quite fun. Here we go, quarter full, 25%. So actually, you know what? Yeah, I reckon we'll fill the trailer. So that'll be another 250,000 litres in the bunker silo. Awesome. Let's do that, lift that up. Not going to be easy to turn. Let's try and go back as straight as we possibly can. I'm going to put in at least another top and bottom headland, but of course in so doing may as well also turny round. So yeah, this will definitely be a day in an episode. Lots of bigger jobs to be done. So this will be the last stuff that we'll put in the bunker silo, then we can fill up and cover, or we can compact and cover the bunker silo or level it a little bit best I can. Yeah, then that can get covered and it can sit and ferment, which would be cool. Need to keep an eye on the compost, see how that's getting on as well. But we've also got, there's the potatoes over there to harvest, there's the whatever I put in that field over there, and that's off the top of my head, I don't remember, is also to harvest, and then of course we're just waiting for our sorghum on field 12 to be harvested, which will be a pretty big job, so that'll be kind of fun. Getting plenty of use out of our big chunky trailer here, our cheaty trailer. See how that changes the weight balance on the harvest, how it rocks up and down just by lifting the header. I mean, there shouldn't be that much weight on the back of the harvester. As I've said before, it's partly because it's tracked that it causes a bit of an issue that we're towing something, because of course the tracks, to be really effective, have to be fully flat on the ground, and maintain that pressure throughout the track. But equally, now we've got a dolly trailer, so there shouldn't be that much weight, but there is a bit, and it does rock a bit when you're moving it like that. I messed that one up, didn't I? Luckily it's a dolly, it's pretty flexible. I was totally wrong. We're so going to fill this trailer. You can imagine if I'd used another trailer, I'd already had to empty it twice by now. This is where this, and I know it's a cheap volume and blah, but you know what? It's fine, it's a bit of fun. Anyway, enough of my inane jibber jabber, or whatever you want to call it. I'll carry on with this, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. We'll see where we get to and how much we get. Right, so it didn't fit. 250,000 litres, and there's probably, I'd guess, maybe another 50 or 60,000 litres left. Yeah, it was a lot. We need to tidy up the edge of the bunker here because it's starting to spill out the front. That's fine, we'll sort that out with Sadie as we compact and before we cover it. Luckily it's a nice slope, no problem for this, our overpowered truck, in spite of the rather large load that it's pushing backwards. So before the truck sinks in, it's got a pretty high unload speed, this. So I think, set the old cruise control, wait for it to start unloading, and we're away. And it's already leveling out at the top of the silo, looks like. Oops, messed that up a bit. There we go. Which means, we're not going to fit it, but you know what? We're actually not going to be that far off. If it's already starting to level out at the top there, we're not going to be that far off. Just again, wait for it to start unloading, put a little bit more on the other side as well, just to balance it out. Yep, that is the top level. Again, not bad. Actually, have I got the power to push this up there? Power, yes. Skill, not really. Yeah, oh, hey. Now we're stuck. There we go. Well, it'll do. Not ideal, but we got there. Oops. Oh well, let's gotta get the rest, shall we? Just fill in that little gap on the edge. It'll be fine. The tractor will sort that out. So that is that. I can just detach the trailer. Legs go down. Can leave this here, and this can go back to the store. Thank goodness, it's cost us a fortune. Anyway, it's done a heck of a lot of work. Actually, how much work has it done? How many hours have we got on the clock? 3 hours? I mean, 3.2 hours of solid harvesting. That's not bad. I'm actually surprised it's not a little bit more than that. But there you go. I mean, that didn't take very long. It was max half an hour or so game time. But anyway, let's get this down to the yard, get it into the silo. This will be interesting. I just thought we'd give this a go. So I've swapped the weight round. It's only the little fen, obviously the bigger one would be better, but you know what, it's here. It's also probably better if it wasn't on narrows. But we've hooked up the weight. That worked pretty well. Just make sure that's fully engaged, as low as it'll go. Right, okay, well let's give it a go, eh? 85% compacted, we've got just over 150,000 litres. We will need to go get Sadie at some point and just tidy up the end, but I need to go and tidy up the sheep and do all that sort of jazz. Anyway, it's struggling, it has to be said, but of course this is pretty unrefined, shall we say, at this point. Yeah, this is pretty hard work. Okay, so let's not worry about that right now. We'll leave the fent behind. Actually, hang on, if I... Whoa! Can we sort of drop it off? There we go. Cool, okay. Not smooth, but it worked. Right, in the meantime, let's try and, if I flip to this, switch it on, and we can move some of this pile in the middle, which is a bit, slightly weirdly, appears to be lower, or higher rather, than the bit in front of it, which I find a bit strange. But hopefully we'll be able to sort of move it around a little bit. Sort of fill up that little hole just there that we got. Smooth out the gradient a little. Just need to take it very slowly. As I've talked about before, it does sort of bounce a little bit, and it doesn't seem reasonable that it would bounce quite as much as it does. But it, you know, it does, and so you have to be a little bit careful with it, kind of hoping that this will help us to... I mean, of course, given where we are at this point, what you could just do is forget the thing at the front, turn that front weight into its sort of spreader configuration, push the sides out, and just gradually push it. Because what we really want to do is push this bit that's leveled out here and spread it to the back, so it levels out with the bit that's level at the back, if you see what I mean. I'm not really explaining that very well, but you know, just lift that up and out of the way a minute. I mean, great fear that we're about to get the tractor stuck. As you know, it's coping. It's coping. I mean, compaction isn't the issue. It's compacting, even without attaching the extra tractor at the back. It's compacting incredibly well. It's leveling it. That's a bit of a challenge. And it's probably more my skill than necessarily anything else. But it's not easy. I don't want to get too close to the edges because there is a little bit of leak at the edges of the silo. But it will help us to level it and just smooth it a little bit to be a bit closer to the edge. And actually, even that's better than it was. But you've seen me do this a few times. I'm conscious of the fact that I'm going to try and get a day into a video without making the video too long. So I'll keep going at this a little bit, and then I'll, depending on how it looks, I'll show you when it's done. But yeah, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Right, well, I thought last job of the day we'd get the rye harvested. Can I get straw off this? Oh, that reminds me. Okay. Yeah, is that reasonably straight? I remember I had a notification of a great demand. It was 80 bales over chaff. Right. It's kind of might get a good price for straw. Not bad at the barnyard actually, or farm barn. Ooh, 90. Well, that's not really good. 90, because I've got shed loads of straw, right? Yeah, 215,000 litres. So I might sell some. Not all of it, you know. One should leave some for the next people on the farm. But could sell some there. There's plenty. There's plenty. But yeah, so I just thought we'd get this finished. This would be the last job of the day. I've just been and done that fertilising contract on field 43. As I expected, it was a little tricky. Rather a small field for such a large sprayer, but it's done. Actually then I'd also taken out a contract on field 21. But I've just driven the sprayer down there and left it. Maybe we'll do that on screen tomorrow, or I might just do it tonight if it's dark. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I just thought we'd do a bit of this, because then that means tomorrow, next video, we've got the potato harvest to do, and as I talked about, I might replant one of the smaller fields, and I'm not sure which. Anyway, we'll see. With corn, I want to do some chaff silage bales. There's a mod came out a while ago we want to try, so yeah, thought we'd do that. So we get that planted and get the potatoes. Well, I don't really know how long the potatoes are going to take. We'll at least get it started tomorrow. It could be the bulk of tomorrow's video, but I should be able to get it done in a day. But again, it'll probably be a video to a day. Yeah, we'll try and get that done. That'd be cool. Keep up with a few fertilising contracts. I mean, other than that, to be honest, unless I decide to start turning over some of these fields, just for the sake of using the equipment, using up, you know, whatever. I have cleaned up the cows. I will need to clean up the sheep. So I've got that too as well, but I'll do that off screen. I didn't use Sadie in the end. Actually cleaned it up by just using the sort of, I don't know what you call it, distribute the chaff thing with it thing, the scoop, the, you know, thing. Yeah, that. Just to push that in away from the edge. But I'd started to lose volume again. I don't know why. I wasn't anywhere near the edge, so, but it's fine. But yeah, so that's now covered. In fact, actually, yeah, just as we come around here, you can just see it through the trees. All compacted. It's not brilliantly smooth and level, but it's not bad. It could be worse. Yeah, we'll just go around here a couple of times. Looks like we're going to be full pretty quick, actually. Right, going to need a trailer then. Just getting quite some volume out here. I was starting to think I might sell some equipment too. Maybe I'll do some of that off screen. Have a return some of the equipment to the garage. Anything that's leased that I'm not going to use again has been returned. So started to do that, but right, let's just, actually, you know what, quickest way to do it is go this way, innit? Shouldn't need the big trailer, we'll give it a rest. There we go, in it goes. Bit of a track around the field, but we're alright. Can I get through there? Yep. Just about. Oh, sorry, it's been a long day. Right. Let's start the engine. Good shout. Yep. Works better if you switch the engine on. So I was just trying to figure out which field I should put the corn in. I mean, the problem is that the one that's ready is already had corn in it, but I mean, you know what, it doesn't matter. We're not playing that realistically, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, so I'll get this done. We'll do a little bit more, but we are up at the 30 minutes or so, I guess, roughly. Quite a few bits done in today's video. But yeah, that's that is the only field of smallish stature that is ready. So it does make sense to use that one. I went to the hassle of ploughing it. I just need to cultivate it. I can get a worker to do that while I get started on the potatoes. The alternative is that I use a small part of one of the other fields or something, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. So yeah, last rye harvest. Once we've done this, I'm actually going to take the tractor down to field 62, where we've got this field of barley that we own. This tractor, the combine rather, should I say. And then we'll harvest that, and then I'll do that bit of ploughing that I wanted to do and create an unusual field just for the fun of it. But then it also means that the combine is then down near field 12 ready to do the sorghum. I don't know whether I'll get an ideal or it's just going to take a really long time with this harvester. Maybe I'll get a second harvester and just attack it. I don't know, we'll see. Because actually the sorghum should be ready by tomorrow, but we'll get the potatoes done. We'll finish up what needs to be done here at the farm, and we can do the sorghum perhaps in the episode after that. Should be ready by then, and then by the time that's done, the corn will be ready, and then to be honest, by then we should be starting to wrap up a little bit. So it's all good, still lots to be done. I've enjoyed my playthrough on here. It's a nice little app. I find it fascinating going around doing the contracts because there's fields squirreled away all over the place, and some of them are tricky to find. The CB don't make it easy, but it's all fun. Right, so once we get down to the bottom end of here, I've tackled this field in a number of ways. I've actually harvested this, I think the third time I've harvested this field now. And you can sort of split it into sections and just do the sections, or you can just sort of start at this end, level it off, and then just keep going up and up and up. Yeah, there's a number of ways you can do it. I mean, you could equally start at the top and work down, but it is a funny shaped field, as are a lot of funny shaped fields on here. But anyway, I guess enough of my inane drivel rabbiting on. Yeah, I'll get this done. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the bell notification if you haven't already. Please share if you feel so inclined. And yeah, other than that, just take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.